Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk Thinker, right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning with my new little glasses on, doing what I do for you. Oh, I got a nice lesson for you today. Let's go. And I know from the past experience, when I talk about me, y'all don't tune in. I got a good lesson for you today. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. All right. Right as 25 was lived by storytelling, story with a message, message is story for life. These are life lessons, and all my life lessons about my life. So I get it, I understand it. Tune in for this one. It's gonna be good for you. Let's go. And I appreciate you, so let's keep it going. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment with life lessons. Right thinking way of life through and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to have all right thinkers know themselves. So that's what you come here for. I'm here to help you do just that. Let's go. So the question is, do you know you? When I get done, you should. That my goal is to get you to do just that. All right. The question is, know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. What I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows and a person who knows not, and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can waken up. I'm spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my eye, be true. Today, again, it's going to be about moi. Whether you like it or not, it's a lesson. Again, a life lesson I think is important. I came up with it this morning when I was sitting here pondering after my prayer and meditation. I got a few minutes, so I put it down and I'm gonna give it to you. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Right thinkers, let's talk about Mark Wright, the dark night of my soul. They say make these catchy phrases to get people enjoyment. I ain't trying to fake you out, play with your mind game. Every now and then I might, but no, this is one. Yeah, Mark Wright, The Dark Night of My Soul. Mark Wright is my given name, as my brother said, the slave name. You know, my mother, father gave me that name, so yeah, it was given to me by them. So I wrote with it. Let's get to the lesson. I ain't going there; it's too long a story. So moving on. When I was in high school, everybody called me Mark Wright. Like it was just Mark Wright. And I was ego tripping. I just love to hear that Mark Wright. I just make me whoo like the Pillsbury Doughboy. You poke me, whoo. They say Mark Wright. I just get chills. So ego tripping again. That's where I was. Again, the Dark Night. And understand this. When you say the Dark Night, dark is what? Ignorant. Night is the cavalier. That brass part. So you are ignorant, but you're cavalier. We know a lot of them. A lot of them end up in the graveyard too. Okay, cavalier with no conscience, no thought process, a lot of times end up in a bad way for you. Okay, so thinking is important. But my point was, yeah, I was Mark Wright. I'm proud of that. Still is. But your ego is called the dark night for that reason of your soul, because it's the ignorant part of your character. And until it's risen to the higher conscious level to where you can know yourself, you are operating on an ignorant, egoistic system. My ego is called dark night of the soul. Why? Because of the ignorance. Yeah. And back then, all I wanted was to hear my name called, hear people talking about me. A lot of it wasn't good, but I didn't care. Man, they talking about me. Yeah, So okay. Now, Mark Wright was a dark knight. I lived to fulfill my egoistic concepts. I wanted to be in the limelight. I wanted to be the man. Quarterback of the football team, captain of the football team, playing basketball. I'm just, oh man, I got girls everywhere. You couldn't tell me jack. Okay, that's right. I was the man on the football field, on the hoop court, with the ladies. I was all ego driven, all dark side. Okay, remember the dark side, you just wildin'. That's dark faith. When it comes to dark, yeah, oh man, with the darkest. Love that guy. But yeah, we are who we are. Okay, now P Funk is my alter ego, aka my higher conscious, my better half, my real conscious, my spiritual and mentally. I want to be a better individual once I'm going under moniker P Funk. Why? I'm raising my conscious level. Mark Wright with the ego guy. Again, the dark night is your lower level ego. Living on and walking on the dark side, I did that most of my life. Didn't get me much, but a little reputation that don't mean much again. So if you serving the ego, you got no kick coming. That's what I'm saying. The dark side, again, ego, is the ignorant state of mind. Me, I, all about me. That's lower nature. That's ego at its finest. Yeah, I was the servant of my ego. I ain't the only one. But in life, when you can look back and say, wow, it wasn't too good. But that's the reality of it. So again, the dark night of my soul was Mark Wright. That guy was all right. You have to take your walk on the dark side. Why? In order to make it to the light. They say, come to the light, come to the light. In that aspect, yeah, why? Because you don't want to live in the darkness. You need to shine in the darkness so that way everything around you, you can be in a room full of jewels and good stuff. But if it's dark, you can't enjoy it. You don't even know it's there. Lighten yourself up, become conscious, raise your level from darkness, shine the light. That little light of mine, I let it shine. I never forget when I became a Mason, they had you sing a song. I don't know no church hymns. I don't go to church, so all I can think of this little light of mine, and it became the trademark for Mason coming in. So yeah, but the point is, you have to know you. In order to know you, you are dual. You're two people. Okay, you got the unconscious you, the ignorant you, Mark, right? Then you got the enlightened you, the conscious you, Sage, P Funk. Different people, same person. Set, Haru, they occupy the same body. You want to make the choice. That's free will that was given to you. Let me get back to the lesson. Sorry. Here you go. The dark side is the English. We did that already. Okay, yeah, did that. Okay. Now you can make a living on the dark side, aka third degree of masonry. You get just enough to get you by, and if you're successful, you satisfied. So you ain't looking to raise your consciousness. But if you're a master mason, you need them other 4 degrees to become conscious and know who you are. A lot of third degree masons don't know that, and the other guys won't tell them that. Explain to them the real deal, but they won't do that. Like the lead you want to play games with you. I don't have time for that. Okay. So, but now you have to reach your light side for yourself. Again, that's what I want you to know, God, for yourself. I just excited. Yeah, I just excited. This is what I do for you. Now, most of successful people, movie stars, athletes, they walk dark side. Why? Because they are successful on the egoistic concept. So they don't have to come to the light. They can function on that level of life and smooth through. But in the end, you dance to the music, you got to pay the piper. Karma will be waiting at Judgment Day for all those guys. That's the spiritual concept. Okay, that's why I don't get caught up in that. But if you are spiritual beings having human experience, you should know the spiritual side gonna play a part in here somewhere. I'm just saying. Now, the dark side is what? The material world. or acquiring things like fame and fortune, glitz and glamour. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody want that. If you're living on the ego concept. Mm-hmm. 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 Keeping it real is what? Raising your consciousness to know thyself. You need to become conscious of yourself, aka knowing thyself. That's the nihas, that's the knowing. But if it's done through not praying and it's done through good deeds, studying, showing yourself approved, and living and manifesting the things that you're learning. That's how it's done. That's why I do what I do for you. Now, watch this. Keeping it real, raise your conscious level to know thyself. My name, P Funk, means pure real. I know no other way. I'm real all the time. Whether I'm right or wrong, it don't make a difference to me. But I'm gonna keep it real. That's all I know. So if I'm with you, I'm with you. If I'm not, I'm not. Ain't no, I don't. I'm not a fit straddler. Ain't no. Either you like it or you don't. Simple as that. I don't have a problem with you liking me or not liking me. That's your choice. Okay. Real is what? Treating people, be they young or old, the way you want to be treated. And that's pretty just being respectful. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I carry myself in a respectful manner, so I show respect. Hopefully I get it in return. But you don't expect it without giving it. You can't expect somebody to respect you. You ain't respecting them. Give a lesson about that too. Moving on. If I don't like you, I'm gonna let you know to make a difference. Why? My man, we done. Cool. If we have a friendship and the friendship ceased to exist, something you did. I'm not perfect, but if I don't like what you're doing, I'll let you know and I'll move on. That's all. So we ain't got to go back and forth about that. We don't have to get along, but we have to respect each other. So understand that. So I don't like you, and I'll let you know. And if we can't get along, just move on. Old school. I don't do fake. I'm not gonna pretend to act like we no, I'm not gonna do that for anyone, family or friend. I could care less. If we aren't cool, that's what's real, and that's cool with me. Why? Because that's how I feel. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna exercise my right. My friends, I got a lot of them. I did from the dark side. I know a lot of people, and they still my friend, I guess. We just don't kick it anymore. Why? We ain't doing the same thing. We ain't in the same arena now. I'm on the light side. Y'all still living in the dark. I'm done with dark age. Come up out there and come into the light. Live better, do better, become a better you. That's the light side. Everybody, some people like to do this stuff in the dark, but they tell you what's done in the dark will be brought to light. That means the judgment day, they can turn the lights on. And everything that you got in your little closet, your little skeletons, will be brought to light. So why do that? Well, some people don't know that. That's my job to enlighten you to certain things that you may not know spiritually. Trust me. All right, let me move on. So all my friends, I don't do. Why? We don't kick it no more. Why? We ain't do the same thing. I ain't got a problem with that. If I'm dealing with you now, you doing something positive, constructive, and you on a positive concept tip. Other than that, I ain't got nothing to do with you. I ain't doing sports. I ain't doing a whole bunch of nonsense. Nope. I do God, spiritual thing. Let's go. From the dark come the light. I told you in my last lesson. When he uttered, let there be what? Light. He didn't utter, let there be darkness. So out of the darkness come the light. There we go. We come out are ignorant. We're born ignorant, aka the dark, about ourselves. Right then, philosophy gives you yourself what? Knowledge, aka light. Knowledge is light. Hosea said, my people are being destroyed through what? Lack of knowledge. And we used to be, education wise, in the circle, we was in the top three. We're in the 20s. There's a lot of other people smarter than us. So we need to check that out too. So we ain't what we thought we was. Oh, I hear this nonsense about your boy Trump. Make America great again. Again? Don't get me started with that. Moving on. Sorry about that. Ignorance. That's what I just showed. A little spark of ignorance. It's always there. Ignorance is what? Dark. Knowledge is light. When we act out and do dark stuff, that's not smart. But we can live in the dark. Why? Our ego is what we're serving from the dark side. It's all about self, all about moi. And until you come up out of the darkness and come into glorious light of respectability, knowing thyself, treating people right, you living right, doing right, and getting blessed for doing that, you still gonna have fetters that you bring on yourself. Don't live in the darkness. You can walk on the dark side when you have to go and do what you gotta do for you. That should be it. Now you walk in the light, the grace of God. You doing right, living right, you become a better you. You shining now. Okay? My future's so bright, you got to have shade to check me out. Wanted to use that phrase a long time ago. Here you go. Figure out how to work that one then. From ignorance of self, aka dark night, to knowing thyself, aka the glorious light of God. Or I say, knowing thyself, nihas, master right thinking, whatever. But that's what happens. We start out in the dark. We come here amnesia. We spirit with amnesia mentally. That's why the mental part got to be taken by the human. That's what we here is your job. You can be a dark knight for your life, or you can change like Mark Wright. I've changed my dark side to come over to my higher conscious level, so to speak. We all can do that. Raise your conscious level from who you are to who you want to be. If you're satisfied with who you are, fine. If that works for you, knock yourself out. Okay? I was a dark Vader when I was following my ego. Now I'm the light bearer. No, I'm not Lucifer. No, I'm not none of them guys. But the light bearer, I bring knowledge of self, and that makes me the light man, aka Sage. That's what I do for you. Last one. I'm about to wrap this up. And again, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you joined the lesson. Just something I came up with. A little ditty, just something I can just throw out there. Oh, let me get this thing over with. It went longer than I thought. Mark Wright was the dark night of my soul. P Funk is the light that's right now. I come from there to here. And everybody has the opportunity to do just that. My job is to get you to do it for yourself. I can't do it for you. I can help you along the way. That's why I do what I do. It's all for you. Let me wrap this up. Again, I appreciate you. When I was Mark Wright, I was a dark knight, aka ignorant, ego tripping, no spiritual knowledge at all. God was the last thing on my mind. That's ignorance, spiritually ignorant. You are numb to your higher self because you all stuck on your ego self. Been there, done that. I know that. I'm trying to explain that to you. So let me move on. Now, when I gained, listen, the spiritual knowledge, the putting the years in studying of my higher self, P Funk was born. Out of the darkness comes the light. That's a spiritual transformation. That's what we all have the opportunity to do. And since I've done it, all I want to do is teach other people how to do it. So that's my mission. That's why I'm on it. So transparency. I got a problem to tell you what I do. When you get to pick your name, and as Muslim, you come into the Islam and Muslim, you get to pick, they call it attribute. And that's fine because you're going to pick what suits you. And I hear people, all these they might think P Funk is crazy, but when I can justify, define, defend why and what I do, I'm good with that. What you think and feel about that has no bearings on what I do and think and feel about myself. So we all had the opportunity. That's what I'm saying. So my attribute is pure and real. The name you pick, and it should say or show what you mean by the name. Simple as that. P Funk. My man said, ain't that a drug? No, that's what they call it. P Funk is the name of a group, Parliament Funkadelic. But I took it to the next level. I just took the P meaning pure, funk meaning real. That's me. Okay? That's defining what and who you are. Last one, now I'm wrapping up. Mark Wright is my dark side. He ain't going nowhere. He's there. He ain't going nowhere. But P Funk, master teacher, sage, is my light side. So, excuse me. Master P, Sage, is my light night of my soul. That's who runs the show right now. So get your light up, better yourself, become a better you by doing the things you need to do. That's going to help you be a better you. I'll be back. I got more for you too.